This is Matthew Cratter from Trader University, and today I want to ask you a question. Can your cryptocurrency be turned off? I've been getting a lot of questions about IOTA, for example. A lot of people see the price of Bitcoin at 56,000 and they say, oh, I can't afford it, it's too expensive, it's gone up too much, not realizing they can buy fractional Bitcoin, not realizing that when Apple went up 300% from, call it 2002 to 2006, that it wasn't too late to get in. So a lot of people have a tendency to try to find these other coins and play catch up. And I'm going to show you one reason it's a really bad idea. So here's IOTA. It's got a decent chart. Looks like a penny stock actually, though, the way it trades. This is currently ranked number 26 on coin market cap. It actually has a market cap of 3.8 billion, which is a little bit hard to believe. When we look at it, if we go to the Twitter account for IOTA, they say that it's a distributed ledger, open source, feeless, permissionless. The strange thing, what recently happened though, is it turns out that the currency can actually be paused by the parent organization. Currently, IOTA is working with law enforcement and cybersecurity experts to investigate a coordinated attack. So it's obviously not very safe either, resulting in stolen funds. So this can be hacked, but even worse, it can be shut down. So they pretend to be an open source, permissionless, decentralized currency. That being said, the gloves come off, the mask comes off. To protect users, we have paused the coordinator and advised users not to open Trinity until further notice. So here is a cryptocurrency that if law enforcement gets upset, they can just press the pause button. It doesn't sound very secure to me or very decentralized. Ethereum has a similar problem. They're very dependent on some of their infrastructure providers, in particular Infura. I like to remind people that this happened because a lot of people are in denial about it, that when Infura went down last November 2020, they actually had to stop ETH withdrawals from exchanges. So you have another currency that pretends to be very decentralized like Ethereum. It's run by a charismatic, centralized leader, Vitalik Buterin, and it also is extremely dependent on a corporation, on Infura. If you're finding this video helpful, I'd encourage you to just pause for a second and hit the subscribe and like button. It would really help me out to get this channel more widely distributed by the YouTube algorithm. Another point to make with Ethereum is this famous case of the DAO. I'm not sure I've talked about this before, but this was basically it was a pretty cool idea. It was a decentralized venture capital fund. It was stateless. It wasn't run by anyone. It was completely decentralized. They raised $150 million in 2017 from crowdfunding. And then this decentralized structure that was built on Ethereum, that was using ETH as its currency, the DAO was hacked and a third of the money was stolen. There was a problem with the code. It was hacked and the funds were being drained off. And so what Vitalik Buterin did, who's the founder of Ethereum, obviously, he instituted a hard fork and literally rolled back history in the blockchain in order to restore the funds. This sets a very bad precedent. Something like this has never happened with Bitcoin. And to claim that you're a decentralized currency when you have something like this in your past, I think it just doesn't make any sense. As long as Vitalik Buterin's still alive, as long as you still have the Ethereum Foundation, you still have all these centralized components, it's very hypocritical, especially given this history, to pretend that you're that decentralized, especially when you're also dependent on certain infrastructure providers. What if Infura or Amazon Web Services decides to just turn off Ethereum? That could be a major problem. By contrast, let's take a look at Bitcoin. We have some breaking news here from American Hodl, who was talking to Scaramucci. This is the Mooch, Anthony Scaramucci, who was the White House Director of Communications for a short time. He's a Goldman Sachs guy. He currently runs Skybridge Capital, which has been created a Bitcoin fund. But this is very, very interesting, and this really contrasts Bitcoin with IOTA and Ethereum and other more centralized cryptocurrencies. Again, this is second or third hand, but the Mooch said he talked to Larry Kudlow in a private Zoom, asked him about Bitcoin recently, And Kudlow said two things. Obviously, the Fed and Treasury don't like Bitcoin, but they know it's inevitable. And I would suggest that this really does demonstrate that 99% of the regulatory risk for Bitcoin is past us, that even the Fed and Treasury are smart enough to realize that this is truly something that's decentralized. It cannot be stopped. You can't just pause it like IOTA. You can't just attack the main infrastructure provider, and you can't just attack the founder, since no one knows who Satoshi Nakamoto is. Whereas it'd be very easy for the feds to just grab Vitalik Buterin, apply some pressure, and he would do whatever they ask. So for all the people who are really worried about Bitcoin being banned and the regulatory risk, I think this is an interesting window. Obviously, it's second or third hand. It's not completely definitive, but I think it does give an interesting window into how the federal authorities are viewing Bitcoin. They realize it can't be stopped, and so what they will do is try to give it a happy home in the US, so we don't fall behind in the Bitcoin race against other countries like China and Russia, for example. So this is one of the things that really separates Bitcoin from other cryptocurrencies. And if you're going to be buying or investing in another cryptocurrency, really keep this in mind and ask yourself, is it centralized? Can my cryptocurrency be turned off? Because if so, it really fails to live up to the whole promise and the whole reason for cryptocurrencies as decentralized, permissionless protocols. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that subscribe and like button. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I publish my next video. And let me know your questions and comments in the comment section below. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.